Let me be straight with you about something. Most of what we've been taught about gardening was never designed for retirement. Replanting every year, digging, bending over for hours. A 30-year-old body can handle that. But at some point, it just doesn't work anymore. But there's a small group of gardeners who figured out a different way. They plant once and harvest for 15 years, 20 years, sometimes 25. Today, I'm going to show you those 4 plants. And plant number 3, rhubarb, has something really strange about it. The less you touch it, the stronger it gets. This isn't old-school gardening. This is gardening for people who've slowed down. I call it forever plant. A handful of gardeners figured this out early. They didn't try to grow more. They didn't work harder in the garden. They just chose the right plants. And today, I call that the Forever Plant Retirement Plan. Before we dive into how to grow them, I want you to see the results first. Asparagus. Plant once, harvest for 15 to 25 years. Walking onions. Self-propagating, literally walks to new spots. Almost zero maintenance. Rhubarb. Gets stronger every single year. And sunchokes. A plant that, even if you forget about it, it still survives. With just a few plants like these, your garden starts working for you. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to grow each one in a way that's gentle and retirement-friendly. But first, let's talk about a truth that many older gardeners face that nobody really talks about. Most gardening advice we've heard over the years was actually never designed for retirement. It works for younger, stronger bodies, people who can bend down, dig holes, and replant everything from scratch each year without thinking twice. But at some point, our bodies start saying, slow down. Your back starts hurting faster. Your knees ache after just one gardening session. Tasks that used to be simple, like replanting a whole bed every season, now feel like a burden. A lot of people don't quit gardening because they lost interest. They quit because they can't keep up with the old way anymore. Meanwhile, grocery prices don't retire with us. Every year at the store, everything costs a little more. And you start wondering, do I really have to garden this hard forever? So the real question isn't, can I still garden? It's, can my garden start working for me instead? And that's exactly where the forever plant concept comes in. A forever plant isn't some rare species or an expensive variety. It's simply a plant that you plant once, and it comes back year after year. You don't have to reseed every season. You don't have to start over from scratch, and you don't have to be out there every day. Most people think of gardening as work, but with forever plants, your garden becomes a living asset, like a savings account. The first year doesn't show much, but over time, it gives you more and more. This is especially perfect for retirement, because as we slow down, we need things that don't pressure us. Forever plants don't demand strength. They only ask for patience. But not every perennial is right for retirement. For a plant to truly earn the title of forever plant, it has to meet 3 very clear rules. And here they are. Not every perennial is suited for retirement. Some plants live a long time, but they actually get harder to maintain. So for a plant to truly qualify as a forever plant, it must meet 3 clear rules. Rule number 1 is simple. It has to live a long time, not 2 to 3 years. We're talking 10 years, 20 years, or more. You plant it today, and years later, it's still there. Rule number 2. Less work as time goes on. If a plant demands more effort the longer you grow it, it's not meant for retirement. Rule number 3. Consistent harvest. A little in year 1, more in year 2, and steady from then on. Like compound interest, but paid in food. If you could only pick one plant to start your forever plant plan, which would you choose? Asparagus, patient, but harvests for 25 years. Or Sunchokes, easygoing, survives even if you forget it. Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know which team you're on. Now that you know the criteria, let's start with the plant that's considered the gold standard of forever plants. If I could only choose one single plant for retirement, this would be it. If I could only grow one plant for retirement, I'd choose asparagus. Because you plant it once, and it can feed you for 15 to 25 years. No starting over every year. No constant attention required. Asparagus grows best in USDA zones 3 through 8. Areas with moderately cold winters are actually ideal because asparagus needs that dormancy period to come back stronger. If you're in a warmer zone, you can still grow it. Just make sure to water well during hot months. The easiest and safest time to plant asparagus is early spring. When the soil is just warming up and still moist, the roots establish quickly with minimal effort. In areas with mild winters, you can also plant in fall. For retirement gardening, I recommend the simplest method. Buy crowns or young plants. Choose a spot with at least 6 hours of sunlight, loose soil, and good drainage. Dig a shallow trench, place the crowns in, cover with soil, and add a thin layer of compost or mulch. Do it right once, and let the plant handle the rest. In the first year, just keep the soil lightly moist. Don't overwater. From year 2 onward, asparagus is incredibly low maintenance. Each year, all you need is compost once or twice, and mulch to retain moisture and suppress weeds. You don't have to be out there every day. The most important thing with asparagus, don't rush the harvest. Year 1, almost no cutting. Year 2, just a little. Year 3, and beyond, harvest regularly. That early patience is exactly why it feeds you for decades. Asparagus doesn't reward strength. It rewards calm and patience. And coming up next, I'll introduce a plant that's much easier. One that actually replants itself. After asparagus, let me show you something way more hands-off. A plant you almost never have to replant. It propagates itself. It literally walks to new spots. This is the walking onion. Walking onions are incredibly hardy. They thrive in USDA zones 3 through 9. Cold tolerant, heat tolerant. If you live somewhere with unpredictable weather, this is a very safe choice. Planting walking onions is dead simple. You can plant in spring or fall. Just place the bulb in the soil. No deep digging needed, pointed end up. Some people even grow them in containers, and they do just fine. The most amazing thing about walking onions is that they self-propagate. Each year, little bulbils grow at the top of the stalk. When they get heavy, the stalk bends down, those bulbils touch the ground, and start growing in a new spot. You don't have to do anything. The plant takes care of itself. If asparagus is the plant of patience, then walking onions are the plant of convenience. Be honest with me. Are you team patient waiting like asparagus, or team let the plant do the work like walking onions? Don't be shy. Drop it in the comments. And up next, a plant you probably know, but is surprisingly perfect for retirement in a way most people never realize. There's a plant that actually gets stronger the less you touch it. Every year it comes back, not weaker, but stronger than before. That's rhubarb. Rhubarb is perfect for retirement because it doesn't rush you. You don't replant every year. You don't need constant care. You plant it once, and it stays for a very long time, like a quiet friend in the garden. Rhubarb does best in USDA zones 3 through 8. You can plant it in early spring or fall. Just make sure the soil drains well and gets partial to full sun. Each year, just add a thin layer of mulch. Water during long, dry spells. Other than that, you barely have to do anything. Rhubarb reminds us of something gentle. Some things in life actually get better when you slow down. And coming up, a plant for the years when you don't want to remember to garden at all. There's a plant that survives even if you forget about it, even if you don't water regularly, even if you skip the fertilizer. It still comes back. That's sunchokes. Sunchokes are incredibly tough, cold hardy, drought tolerant, not picky about soil. If you're entering a phase of life where you don't want to remember too many things about gardening, this is a very safe bet. You plant sunchokes from tubers, like potatoes. Bury them in the ground in a sunny spot and leave them alone. In late fall or winter, when you need some, just dig them up. Sunchokes teach us something gentle. You don't have to be present all the time. Things can still keep going. If you look back, you'll see two very different kinds of gardens. The traditional garden demands that you keep up with it, replanting every year, starting over every season. But a forever plant garden is different. You do it right once, and in the years that follow, the garden works for you. One is work, the other is peace of mind. Here's the most important thing. You don't have to do it all. You don't need a big yard. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a complicated plan. Just one plant, a small corner of your garden, a single bed, or even just a container. A retirement garden is built from small steps, but lasting ones. Forever plants aren't just about growing food. It's the feeling of knowing what you plant today will still be there tomorrow, even when you slow down. Even when you're not in the garden every day. Some things in life should be designed to not rush you. If you're thinking about a gentler garden for retirement, share in the comments. Which forever plant will you start with? Just one plant, and you've already begun a very different kind of retirement plan.